Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Sarah. I'm a certified life and business coach for artists, creatives, and spiritual entrepreneurs. And I help my people build the thriving, profitable, sustainable, heart centered lives and businesses of their dreams. And it is my honor to do so. So if you're new, please make sure you click the subscribe button. If you're watching live on Instagram, this is a reminder my Instagram is closing. I am also live over on YouTube. That's where I'm going to be. So if you like me, you like my content, make sure you go subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hi, I'm really excited you're here. And what I'm going to talk about today in our daily January drop is how do I know what I'm manifesting? So this question might seem a little funny, and I'm going to tell you first kind of why I'm talking about this. We've been talking all week about goals and resolutions. It's the top of the year, and goals and resolutions are top of mind for a lot of people right now. We're setting intentions. We're thinking about what we want to accomplish this year. And some people do not relate to the term resolutions. I don't really use that term resolutions. I set intentions, I make goals, I make plans. Resolutions isn't really my vibe. There are some people who also don't really relate heavily to intentions. They may not even feel like they set a lot of goals, but they may be manifesting. They're creating vision boards, they're writing down the list of what they're trying in, they're writing gratitude lists. And some people are doing goal setting and manifesting at the same time. Some people may relate more to one or another. But a really common question, especially if we're a little newer to manifestation concepts, is how do I know if I'm manifesting? And if I am, how do I know what I'm manifesting? And so I wanted to talk about that just a little bit. I want to first say what I believe is that you are always manifesting. You're just doing it intentionally or unintentionally. You are never not manifesting. Double negative, never not manifesting. That's right. So whether you are really deeply engaged in a manifestation process, you've done some study around it, you have some philosophical framework for how to manifest, right? You've heard about asking, believing, receiving. You are in that mindset. And again, like maybe creating vision boards, maybe you've done some focus wheels, maybe you've listened to some Abraham Hicks, you follow Manifestation Babe, you're in a member of To Be Magnetic, right? Maybe you've done some manifestation based work. And maybe you're pretty new to it, but you've made some lists, you've written some affirmations, you've done some mantras, and you are not entirely sure what of the things that are happening in your life are things that you've manifested and what are the things that are happening in your life that you didn't. First of all, there's nothing in our lives that we didn't manifest. In my belief, I just think you're either manifesting on purpose or by default. Many people, most people are manifesting by default. They think the thoughts they think, they go through their day, they're pretty much on autopilot. Joe Dispenza says that by the time you're 35, 90% of the thoughts you think in a day are not new original thoughts, they're repeats of thoughts you've had before. So they're thinking the same thoughts, they're doing the same things, they're going to the same places, they're thinking, this is just the way life is, this is just the way I am, what's in front of me is what it is, and they are manifesting more of the same, whether they like it or whether they don't. And so the answer to the question, what am I manifesting? The answer to that question is pretty straightforward. And the answer is look at your life. Look at every single aspect of your life. If it's helpful for you, you can break it down into categories and you can write, health and wellness, money, career, romantic relationships, friendships, community, spirituality and religion, right? You can break down the categories and then sit there and write down what's going on in your life, what's going on in each of these areas, because the results that you are currently experiencing in each of these areas in the 3D, what's going on in your life, is the result of your previous manifestations. So it is the results of the thoughts you've been thinking, the ways that you've been feeling, the behaviors that you've been engaged in, the people that you've been around. That is how you can tell what you've been manifesting. So if you look at that list and say, when it comes to health and wellness, now I want to be really clear. I want to be a little nuanced here, and I want to just like address the elephant in the room. I am not suggesting that if you have a chronic illness or that if you have a disability, that you manifested that in a woo-woo way. There are other conversations about the correlations between chronic illness and PTSD and trauma. Those are a fully separate thing. There are ways that I can see how that fits into manifestation, but I'm not going there right now today. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about. So I'm not suggesting that if you have had a chronic illness, a disability, a condition from birth, that you called that in through your thoughts, habits, and behaviors in the recent past. I will say something more to the effect, though, of if you're not happy with your energy levels and you look back and you say, okay, but in the past, the thoughts that I think about my health are that I'm just tired all the time, that no matter how much rest I get, it's never enough, that I'm always worn down, that I can't stop working, that I'm not allowed to rest and I'm not allowed to take breaks, and you are not eating very well and you're not eating very frequently and you don't get enough sleep, then the results of your current energy levels are the results of the past thoughts, feelings, and behaviors you've been exhibiting. If in your romantic relationships you're not happy, maybe you are single, you're not happy with being single, and you don't enjoy the prospects that you've been experiencing in dating. But if you look back at how you've been engaging with dating over the past years, few months, and you realize, I say all the time that there's no one good out there, that all the good ones are taken. I think it's really hard to date. I believe it's really hard to meet good people. I engage with people that don't treat me well, and then I get really upset and fixated on it. And I give people too much of my time who don't deserve it. And I keep going out with the same type of person over and over again. Or I've fully shut myself off and I go out and I don't talk to people and I don't put myself out there in any way, and I tell myself it's pointless to do so because there's no good people out there, then the results that you're experiencing are the results of your past manifestation. And this ties into the video I did yesterday. If you go back and watch the video that I did yesterday about how to set goals that you actually reach, that the results that we're getting, what we are manifesting, is not necessarily the results of our persistent thoughts. A lot of people get into like, well, I don't think that. I write affirmations, I write mantras, I write gratitude lists. I say I'm a millionaire. I say I have a loving, beautiful partnership. But there are kind of our top level surface thoughts, and then there's our subconscious level thoughts and our feelings and our behavior, and all of them together make up how and what we are manifesting. So even if you are writing mantras every day, but maybe you're writing, I'm a millionaire and I have a loving, healthy relationship, but in your body, what you feel as you're writing that down is anxiety or a pit in your stomach, or it makes you acutely aware of the lack of that thing. Or when you're focused on manifesting, you're saying positive things, but casually as you go on throughout your day, you catch yourself being like, ugh, people suck. Oh, there's nobody good out there. Oh, the apps are a nightmare. Everybody who approaches me is gross, right? Like, oh, money is the root of all evil. Oh, money changes you, right? Your offhanded comments may reveal that there are deeper level thoughts and feelings and experiences that are incoherent, are out of alignment with what you are saying you want and the thing that you're saying you want to create. So if we have like a thought iceberg, right? The things that you're writing down on your manifestation list are just the little tip of that iceberg. Underneath the water, all of the danger zones are in your subconscious thoughts, your subconscious self-worth, and your feelings. Everything that's going on in your life, the most of the things that are going on in your life, if you look at them, are an indicator of the current level of subconscious self-worth that you've been operating from. It is the level you feel like you deserve. It is the level that you feel comfortable with. It is the level where you feel safe. It is the level where you feel camaraderie with community. It is the level where you feel accepted, even if you don't like how it feels. And that can be a little tricky because we tend to think that we only like and stay invested in things that feel good. This gets into whole other topics about self-worth and emotional addiction, but we can be very attached to people, places, situations, and things that make us feel bad because we feel like we deserve that on some level, or we feel like we get some kind of payoff from being there. We feel like this is, again, all we deserve, and feeling that way about ourselves creates a certain type of reward system. So it might not feel good, and we might still be attached to being there. So that's my little tidbit for today. If you're curious about what you're manifesting, look at your life. Literally take out your journal, break it down into categories, write down what's going on in your life in each of these areas, and see if you can tie that back to the things you've been thinking, the things you've been feeling, the beliefs that you hold about this subject. Then, if you want to change them, you're going to have to address the things that you're thinking, the things that you're feeling, raising your self-worth, and then changing your behavior. And you will get a different set of results. There's no way that if you change the things that you're thinking, the way that you're feeling, and the behaviors that you're doing daily, that over time you will not create new results. So again, you're either manifesting intentionally or by default. And if some of these categories you realize, like, oh, I've definitely been manifesting this situation by default by not putting a lot of thought or effort into it, but now there's something I want, that this is a great time to start putting some thought and effort into what you want this aspect of your life to look like, and start making the steps to get yourself there. So that's my little spiel for today, our January drop of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments. You can leave them in the comments section below. And if you're watching on YouTube, I have a gift for you in the journal, or in the journal. It is a journal in the description box. There is a free annual planning and intention setting journal for 2024, and it will guide you through reviewing 2023, what went down, what happened, how it was for you, and setting intentions for every area of your business in 2024. And it has a little 12-month ahead tarot card spread. It's a lovely tool. It's one that I use and I give it to my private clients. It's available for you for free if you click the link in the description box and download it. All right, there we go. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow.